Sorry, I'm late. Oh, had a little mad dash here at the very end trying to catch cats. It didn't work out. There are probably going to be cats that will interrupt the stream tonight, but that's okay because we love cats, right? I at least have to act like I do because of that wife of mine. How is everyone doing? Hello from Canada. Hello. I feel like I live in Canada right now. We'll talk about why in a minute. So, have to break the news to you. My beard looks so uneven today. I don't know what the problem is. Have to break some bad news to you. As you see, my wife, audio, video, good. Thank you, Zen, is in the chat with us tonight. She will not be on the stream. Lisa had a couple of doctor's appointments today that she wasn't able to do when she was supposed to do them, which was yesterday, because of this horrible storm that's happened over the last couple of days here in North Carolina. And listen, I know there's going to be so many people that are listening to this. My friends up north, like Curtis Crump, if Whiff's World is in here, lives in the Midwest. My friends anywhere above the Mason-Dixon line, you're probably laughing at Lisa and I for freaking out over 6 inches of snow. But hey, listen, we moved down here to North Carolina to get away from that nonsense. And, well, it worked out pretty well for the first almost 3 years, but we got hit pretty rough over the last few days. And I got to be honest with you, I hate it. I hate it so much. And let me just say, any of you people that love the snow, like my wife, I'll say it right to your face. I'm looking at you in the eyes. I don't understand you, and we probably could not be friends because snow sucks. It ruins everything. I hate it so much. And listen, I'm not trying to go political and all this, trying to make a political statement, but I've seen so many times on the news that the earth is warming. Most people haven't looked outside in Northeast North Carolina in the last couple of days, but I'm being silly. Listen, snow sucks. I hate it. There's a lot of things that suck that are going on right now. We're going to talk about them because there is some stuff happening online that is not new. It's been happening for a long time, but now it's involving me more. And it really, really pisses me off. I've got 4 different things to talk about that are going on the internet. Have a nice little rant about. But before I do that, I do have to mention a couple of things. First of all, we had a bit of a fiasco trying to restock the ATI Hydro sponge filters. The best ones in the industry. Yeah. We got them though. Today, finally, we got like 8 boxes of these things. We didn't get every single size in. There's still one size on the way. I believe it is the Hydro 2 that is on the way to us. It'll probably be here tomorrow. I don't know. They were all shipped at the exact same time. How 2 boxes got separated from the pack, I don't know. But if you've been waiting for those, I know Jason did a video about them recently, and we sold out almost instantly after he did that because he used YouTube Shopping and put the link for it. I think that pops up here on your screen. It won't be doing that during the stream, but during videos it does that. And we sold out really fast after he did that. So just goes to show you the power of Jason Adams. But anyway, we got them in. Very excited about that. If you're looking for the Hydro 2, those will probably be here tomorrow. We got something else too. I'm not going to play the whole product spotlight transition because, well, I just don't feel like it. But this is something that people have been asking for, well, for about probably, when did the Shark Pro Nano come out? 3 months ago, probably, maybe somewhere around there. Ever since the Shark Pro Nano came out, people have been asking about these. And there's been something that's happened on our website that's always made me go, huh. And that is people will order a Shark Pro, like a Shark Pro, or excuse me, a Shark Pro Nano, and then they'll order the extra cartridge for a Shark Pro. And I'm like, do they know? I don't have time to email everybody and say, hey, did you know this is not for the Nano? If they were to buy just the sponges, that's not a big deal. They could get them and be like, oops, that's the wrong size, but I can take a pair of scissors, I can cut them down, and I can put them in the Shark Pro Nano, no big deal. And now I just have a bunch of extra, but it's not necessary anymore, because this, my friends, is a box that has, I keep hearing a weird noise, has all of the sponges in it. You've got your white coarse foam, which is kind of like the staple in there. You've got the carbon infused foam, and then there's two of these. I don't want you to think there's only one. There's two of these. These are the like last line of defense, all the way up at the top of the Shark Pro Nano. So this, I have to pick it up right away, because it'll end up shredded by a fat cat if I don't. He's being good right now. So these are on the site right now. We have very limited supply of them because we didn't know how many we're going to sell. So they're on there right now for you. All three come in one box. And then this one is for the folks that want to add another cartridge to their Shark Pro Nano, just like you can do with the Shark Pro. Now, listen, in our defense, these didn't come out immediately when the Nano was released. So we got them as soon as they were available. This one does come with the white coarse foam sponge in there, which of course you can take out and put whatever you want in there. So these are finally available. Very excited about those. They're on the site right now. If you're watching this on replay, we're probably already sold out, because I know how people are that watch these things live. They get right on it. And so a good chance that they might already be sold out. But there you go. Shark Pro Nano Media finally coming out. The Shark Pro has been a massive hit. We've sold tons of them. We cannot keep them in stock. And now those are going to go with them. So hopefully we don't have any more confusion about the difference between the two. Like I said, I always feel weird about that. When people order the Shark Pro or the Nano, and then they order media for the Shark Pro. It's one thing to order sponges. It's another to order an actual cartridge. Yeah, I'm one of those people now. This is the first time I've had a drink out of this. I got it free from Uline today. So yeah, I'm one of those weirdos now, carrying around a gallon of water all day, but mine has the pineapple drink in it. Not soda. It's pineapple crush mix. No calories. It's delicious. Anyway, I do think that in order to talk about what we have to talk about today, the title of this video, I think we really ought to play the intro.
Today I'm transferring my house into a fish tank. Get out of the tank!
Ah! Oh my god.
All right. That's about as good as I can do with the transitions, because I'm here by myself. I don't have a producer, beautiful wife sitting next to me to push all the buttons. When we made the decision to have me do this stream by myself tonight, she was like, who's going to push all the buttons? I said, I'll figure it out by myself. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. So listen, I want to put this out as a trigger warning, because there will be probably some language, because I got to be honest, I'm fired up. I'm not going to go hard. Okay. I'm not going to be dropping F's, and probably not even any S's, But there might be some A's and some GDs and some AHs. And you know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that still keeps it PG, but if you have it too many, you might have to go to PG-13. That's what I'm talking about. Every time I let some slip, I end up getting somebody in the comments that says, I watch this with my family. Can you try to behave yourself and act like an adult? And I always feel bad for that. I'm not going to feel bad about it tonight, though, because there is stuff that's going on that burns me up. And the reason why it burns me up is not because of what it does to me. I want to be very clear. It's because of who it could possibly happen to. And this is all going to make sense, I promise. I've gotten, oh man, so long-time listener, first-time caller, being somebody that grew up on talk radio, to hear that is amazing. Ryan Kelly, thank you for that. You gave me a chuckle, and I need it before I talk about what I'm here to talk about tonight. It's not going to take the whole time, but it's going to take as long as it needs. I've gotten several emails, and I got an actual piece of mail that we're going to talk about that this literally came today. I got home like whenever, and it wasn't sent here. It was sent to my P.O. box. It doesn't matter. This is prevalent. It's happening, and I know to look out for it, but others may not. And so I want to make everyone aware that this is going on so that nobody falls victim to this. If you see in the reflection, you see right there, you see me. I'm not obsessed with staring at myself, okay? I can actually see myself twice because you can't really see it, but the camera viewfinder's right there. I'm not obsessed with staring at myself. Don't be that way. No, I am obsessed with controlling the stream and actually sharing photos and screenshots and things like that with you as we talk about this madness to understand the context of everything that's going on. I do have some receipts to show you. Now, first of all, if you're somebody that is interested in YouTuber drama, and it's not that. It's not that at all. I don't play those games, so it's not that kind of drama. It's not something that you would see featured on Philip DeFranco, but it is serious, and I have to talk about it. It all starts with an email that I got last week, which was probably the 60th email that I received from somebody about this particular, the first thing that we're going to talk about today. And, well, this guy really pissed me off. You know, most people are really nice about it. This guy was a comedian and he made a comment about my teeth, and it stung a lot. So, hey, big fella, watch yourself. I didn't like that part of it at all, but especially when he's got a mouthful of fake teeth. But anyway, I'll have mine someday, and then nobody will make fun of me for that anymore. I got this email that was asking me about a seller on the B.O.W.L's website. This is not an Amazon rant, okay? So stop it. But the first part we're going to talk about has to do with it. The B.O.W.L's website that will allow anyone to sell anything on their site. I have gotten more emails than I can even count that have this as the thing that they want to show me. And what that jackass said to me was, you know, hey, the guy in the picture sure looks a lot like you, but he has a lot better teeth than you do. And I was like, damn, that is a low blow. He apologized for it later, so I feel bad for calling him a jackass. Please forgive me. I take that back. But so what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a seller on Amazon. I mean, I can't even be in the picture here. We have a seller on Amazon who is selling some BS fish. You shouldn't be selling fish on Amazon. Mark Zuckerberg won't let you do that. So will you go on, please? You're so cute. I'm being attacked by a cat. It's happening, and it's going to happen the entire thing. I don't know why fish are allowed to be sold on Amazon, but they are. I can't even think right now because this cat's making me crazy. Why do you have to be so cute and then distract me while I'm talking? And then now Carl's going to get mixed up in it. Can you just be cute way over there so that I can't see your cuteness? I don't think you should be allowed to sell live animals on Amazon, but if you look real close, you see the flavor is seafood shrimp. Interesting. This is a company on Amazon that has multiple different names, and they all use this picture of me holding up a fish, and spoiler alert, that's not a real fish. Well, it's a real fish in there, but that fish is not really in the bag. That fish was a photo taken from inside an aquarium where the lighting was better and it looked better. And I removed the background and I put him in the bag just to make it obvious what's going on there. And if you're wondering where that's from, well, I'll show you. So what you're seeing here, I won't keep this one up long because there's no reason to. This is a thumbnail on a YouTube channel called KG Tropicals. You might be familiar with it. This is a video that has almost 1 million views. And that is me holding up a bag that has a fake fish in there that was part of a shipment that we got from Imperial Tropicals that we did a members only video for, of unboxing all of these fish, because I think unboxing videos are stupid, but it was a members only one. And so I used a screenshot of that for a thumbnail for a public video, which was don't buy fish without watching this first, as the title of that video. You can go watch it. It's a good video. Proud of it. That's where that came from. So what these goons did is they stole my thumbnail and they used that in the description of their fish. And if you go on the Neat and Tidy store or the Aquatic Heaven store, you will see probably 50 different types of fish that they're selling. And that picture is included in the description of all of them. Not 100% of them, but most of them. And I've tried to resolve this 2 different ways. First of all, let me just say that please, if you are watching this right now, I don't need anybody else to tell me about that. People do it because they care. People do it because they have questions, and I don't blame them. If you come across that on Amazon, okay, listen, here's a better way of saying it. If you come across anything on Amazon with my face on it, I promise you I am not affiliated with that company. I tried 2 different ways to get this resolved. This is not the big problem. There is a much bigger one coming up next, I promise. This is nothing new. We've talked about this before, and a lot of people already know about this. I tried reaching out to Amazon. That's not easy to do. So I figured a good strategy to fix that problem would be, I went on and I just did this. I copied and paste. I went over and over and over again to all of their products on this Aquatic Heaven and Neat and Tidy. And I put up reviews, and I said, and the name was John Hudson. And I said, if you are a fan of KG Tropicals, understand this is not me. I have nothing to do with this company. This company does not have permission to use my likeness in their advertising. Do not buy this product because you think it is something to do with me. And they deleted every single one of the reviews and banned me or blocked me from being able to review any of their products. Interesting how that works, huh? Good job, Jeff Bezos. So recently, after that guy messaged me about it and said mean things about my teeth, I was fired up because this wasn't the only thing that I had heard. We're going to talk next about the other big one. You know, I was already pissed, and then this came up, and he pissed me off even more because he was mean to me. And then I'm a very fragile snowflake, and it really bothered me. So I said, you know what? Damn it. I am talking to someone at Amazon. So I went through all of their AI nonsense and spent 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get a live person to chat with on Amazon. And I finally got to that place. Find a lawyer that's willing to start a class action. No, it's nobody. No lawyer's going to take that on. If I was LeBron James, maybe they would, or if I was Carrie Underwood, maybe they would, but not John from KG Tropicals. I appreciate the advice, Blaze. What a cool name. One of my favorite skaters back in the day. His name was Blaze Blowin. But anyway, he passed away at only like 19 years old. It was very tragic. I don't think they're going to care about little old John here. But anyway, I finally got somebody on the live chat, and I know people are going to be upset with me for what I'm about to say. I don't have a problem with the people. I have a problem with the practice. Of course, this person's name was Ahmed, because why wouldn't it have been? This was not a person that's in the United States. This is a customer service person that was outsourced out of the country to handle Jeff Bezos's customer service. He's too busy showing Mark Zuckerberg his wife's boobs to pay attention to customer service. He has to outsource it to Bangladesh or whoever it is that's doing this. Ahmed got on and he said, listen, this is a bit above me. I really want to get this taken care of for you. I am going to transfer you to a specialist that's going to take care of this for you, because I know this is not something that we're going to stand for. And so he did just that. He said, stay on the line. I was not talking to him. I was chatting by way of live chat with him. But he said, don't leave. Don't, stay on the line, and the specialist will be here to join you momentarily. I said, yeah, you take your time. I got all night. And like 10 minutes later, because of course his name was Muhammad got on and said, I had to explain everything over to him again. Like, here we go. We got to start all the way from the beginning. I am not a celebrity, but I'm kind of well known in the aquarium community. These people are using my likeness without my permission. Your website, it's probably why they're not going to help me. Your website is the last place in the world I want my face to be featured. I need these photos taken down. I'm not trying to get this seller banned, even though I wish they were. I didn't say that to him, but I said, I'm not trying to get this seller banned. I'm just trying to get my face off of his marketing materials. And he said, this is unacceptable. We cannot have this. I am going to take care of this for you. I promise. Have faith. I will get it taken care of for you. And my response to him was, I have zero faith that you will. And I don't think Muhammad liked that very much. But because he is paid to be a professional and the customer's always right, he said, I promise I will. It'll get taken care of. Don't you worry. And as soon as it gets taken care of, you will get an email. Well, it's been a week. And if you go on Aquatic Heaven or Neat and Tidy or whatever the hell it all is, you'll still see me on there. They've done nothing, nor will they do anything. Why? Because they're probably making good cuts off of this guy selling fish on Amazon. And they're just like, if it was a serious celebrity, if it was Johnny Depp, we would probably take action. But because it's some loser in North Carolina that nobody's ever heard of, we're not going to do anything about it. And there you go. And I want to be clear again, once again, I'm not making fun of the name Muhammad. I'm not making fun of the name Ahmed. I'm telling you the truth. That's what their names were. I do have screenshots. I am not going to share them because I don't want to get in trouble with that. So that's not made up to like prove a point. That's what their names were. They were very good. I just don't think they're going to do what they said they're going to do. But what you need to know as a follower of KG Tropicals, if you are somebody that appreciates what Lisa and I do, understand if you ever see my face on Amazon, unless it is something that is being sold by me, which I guarantee you will never happen. I shouldn't have said that. I feel like Hagrid. I mean, you never know. But I can't imagine I would ever sell on that website because I think it's the worst. I think it's ruining our company or our industry, and anybody that sells on Amazon, in my opinion, in the aquarium industry is a bad person, and I will not do business with that person. But with that being said, you will not see me on Amazon. So if you ever see my face on a listing on Amazon, I promise you, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So do not fall for it. Do not buy a product because you think it's something that I'm involved with. I appreciate the fact that you would do that. It is heartwarming to think that somebody would see that. I don't know if this is what's happening, but this is what those jerks that own that seller's page want to have happen, is somebody would, oh, John's into this? Well, it must be good then. And then they buy, and, you know, I don't want to see that happen. That would really bother me because somebody's profiting off of this dumb face. Come on. I mean, be smarter than that. There's a lot of faces on YouTube fish keeping that would make you a whole lot more money than mine. But don't you dare use my wife. Then we're going to have real problems. Speaking of using my wife, well, it's only once, but it's still there. The next thing that set me off was another email. This person, though, was not mean to me and saying horrible things about my teeth. Instead, he brought something to my attention that shocked me. And as I said, this one's really bad. This one is the kind of thing that makes me, like, I can probably get in trouble for saying this, but it makes me want to hurt somebody that this kind of thing is happening. Got an email from a gentleman named Jacob Mahaffey. Jacob, if you're in here, thank you for the email. And I'm sorry if I said your last name wrong. This email came to me on Tuesday. Tuesday was a bad day to get an email like this because Mondays for Lisa and I are like an off limits day. Like, do not really. The cat is batting at my hands. See if you can see her paws. She's just off camera, this little idiot. You're so cute. Mondays, they're super busy days. Anybody that has a website is going to be really busy on Mondays. Why? Because all the orders that come through over the weekends. And then you also, for us, we ship plants on Mondays and Tuesdays. So if plant orders come through from Tuesday all the way through to Monday, we're packing all of those on Mondays, and it is a daggone long day. Let me tell you, we know better than to schedule anything on a Monday. Well, that was Tuesday this week because the Postal Service only works like 200 days a year, and they were closed on Monday for the holiday, Martin Luther King Day. So, and I don't think they're normally closed on Inauguration Day, are they? But it just so happened to be the same day. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Post office was closed on Monday, so Tuesday was a super busy day. And when I got this email from Jacob, I read the first couple of lines because you know how the smart people that use iPhones, the notification comes through and you get a few lines of them. I always like to poke fun at anybody that uses Androids like my wife. I like to say smart people are the ones that use iPhones. You get a few lines of the email. And so when I saw that, when I glanced at my phone and I saw Jacob's email, What I read was, congrats on your new tank building business. Although I have to say $450 is a little cheap for a 72-inch, 220 drilled acrylic tank. I read all of that while I was packing orders, and I just glanced up at it and I saw it. And my immediate thought was that it was one of those solicitation emails. They come through all the time where these people, they email you and they try to act like your friends, and they say something nice about you, and then they try to get you to buy their stuff. We're going to talk more about that as we go on. So I didn't really pay much attention to it, and I didn't see any more of it until like 8 o'clock that night. And I will share this with y'all. You're probably not going to really be able to see it all that well because you can see what you need to say. And there is no private information on there anyway. So there you go. Jacob Mahaffey. Congrats on your new tank building business. Although I have to say $450 is a little cheap for a 72-inch 220 drilled acrylic tank. I thought you would want to know that people are trying to scam others using your picture. They blocked me when I sent the last message about where to pay. So here's what Jacob saw, and here's what Jacob did. He saw this guy's posts. I will share those with you momentarily. And Jacob figured this out very quick. He knew it wasn't me. He knew this was a scam. And so I guess he tried to play with this guy a little bit. And he said to him, I got to pull it up bigger here so I can see it. I'm looking for tank only, 72 inches, 220 drilled. What would the price on something like that run? And the response was $450, just like he said in his email to me. Okay, do you ship? Yes. Please, where are you located? Now, trigger warning. What I'm about to say might offend some people. But having been in this business for quite some time and having a lot of communication with a lot of people in other countries, I can spot someone who English is not their first language from a mile away, just by the way they structure a sentence. Nobody in the United States of America would say, please, where are you located? They would say, where do you live? What's your address? They would not say. So Jacob knew right away that this was a big fat scam. So he said, Ohio. And do you do financing? Scammer replied, we'll be needing your name, address, contact, and a deposit of $200 up front to register your order. Balance will be completed upon delivery. And the last thing that was said in this conversation, I don't know if you all can read all of this yet, if you can see it on your screen, but the last communication was Jacob saying back, oh, amazing. So do I pay here or on the KG Tropicals page? And that's when the scammer knew that he was onto them and canceled the conversation and promptly blocked Jacob. So let's show what this complete con artist is doing. I think it might shock you, but maybe not. I mean, it's the internet after all. I'm moving to the side, not so that you can see the fish, but because I am going to be showing you screenshots and they're going to take up a bulk of the screen. So first of all, show this one. Oh, what have I done? What just happened? Good grief. What in the world just happened there? Okay. Well, I did that wrong. Let's try this again. I got to make this smaller because, yeah, there you go. Sorry, by myself here. This is a profile on Facebook. And what you have as the banner art of the page is a photo of when we completed Lisa's snail room. This was before it was really used and before it, the tanks got lived in and there was some, algae and things that happen in an aquarium. This was when they were all brand new. In fact, we were just filling it up. If you really look close, you can see the hose in the right-hand corner of the picture. We were filling up those tanks as she took this picture. And then, of course, you see my big dumb face there as the profile avatar, if you will. And that is a photo when I was building the ponds that we keep plants in our barn. Lisa snapped a picture of me and I look like an idiot, and that's just what's new there. But so that's where that picture came from. And this is what Jacob saw. And after Jacob saw that, he scrolled through a little bit more and he found a lot more. So here's a post. And I'll say the name because you've seen it now and it might be really hard for you to see. Carl, please don't. Hey, Carl's going to mess with the camera. If you all are good to me, maybe I'll show Carl to you later on. It is aquarium and fish tanks for sale is this profile on Facebook. And folks, this person has 1,800 friends on Facebook. There are 1,800 people that are friends with this loser that is a complete fake profile. You know how I know? First of all, me as the avatar, I didn't do that. You won't find me on Facebook. And then he puts up gems of pictures like this. New tank of the week, volume 435 gallons, dimensions 28 high, 120 long, blah, blah, blah. Material/design, top and bottom, anodized aluminum frame. Does that sound familiar? Have you heard of a brand that takes a lot of pride in the fact that they hand build their metal frames out of anodized aluminum? You want a hint? That photo, ladies and gentlemen, is ripped directly from Custom Aquariums Instagram. I've been in that warehouse that you're looking at right there. And as a matter of fact, I commented on this. I think I might have cut it off when I shrunk the picture down, but I commented on this one and I said, oh, I remember going and visiting the Custom Aquariums website in Wisconsin. It was amazing. Oh, are you saying this is your facility? Huh. I must have confused it for Custom Aquariums. I was playing with this guy because I knew exactly what this idiot was doing. I scroll a little farther down and I get to this. Remember when I said Lisa comes into play here? This photo, I have to do this with every photo. I'm sorry. I have to resize them and put them on here. This photo, the person that's in this photo with me and Lisa might even be in the chat right now. As a matter of fact, I think I saw the name pop up earlier. This is Lisa and I looked daggone good in that picture, I might add. That was in my skinnier days before the winter hit. Me and Lisa with Evan Rifkin and his wife, and I'm a horrible person. I have forgotten her name because, again, I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry, Evan. Your wife is adorable. She's a sweetheart. But I don't remember her name because I'm a bad person. December 24th, Christmas Eve, this was posted. Isn't that sweet? That's a nice thing to post on the day before Christmas. Then the balls on this guy. Here's a picture of me. This picture was taken, I got to resize it again so I can get the whole thing in here. I think it was 2019 when this photo was taken. And this is me walking into my house with a box. I don't remember what was in the box. And this asshole puts on the post, another chilly day, not a fan of the cold, but always ready to deliver when you place an order. What are people going to think when they see that? Wow, like I'm a big deal, but wow, John's going to deliver? But what? Like, that's crazy. This one really pisses me off. I've got like 5 more here, folks. This goes on and on and on and on. This photo was posted on December 18th. That shows myself again and Lucas Bretz staring into a magnificent 24-foot wide, I think it's 24 feet wide, or it's 20 feet wide, aquarium that's located at Predatory Fins. And this person posts, beautiful work we did. It's Predatory Fins work right there, not yours. Lucas and I were both, we had to get napkins. We were drooling. Even though that's not as much Lucas's thing, it was still a sight to behold. That tank was incredible. Rod will be a guest on this week's episode of the Tank Talk podcast. So be sure to check that out, talking all about monster fish. Now, this one's interesting. I want to make this one as big as possible because I want you all to be able to see it, because I have told the story about this tank for the longest time. This is once again a photo that was taken by Lisa of me in 2014, and it was posted by this idiot on December 13th, 2024, with the post saying, this stand will be for a 240-gallon aquarium filled with African cichlids. And that's very true. It was. In fact, if you're a follower of this channel, you've heard me tell the story of this tank many, many times. You remember the story that I've told about building a stand for a buddy of mine that we made it out of old doors? Well, that's just the structure of it. We cut up a bunch of antique doors and wrapped those doors around that stand, and it was for that tank that you see in the background there. I've told the story a million times about taking that tank down to my friend in Richmond. 2 big dudes, well, 1 big dude, 1 little dude, carried that tank on their own. And as they were walking it in the house, they tripped over the rug. It fell to the ground and it blew up into a million pieces. That's the tank that story is about that I tell. I didn't even know that picture existed, but Lisa took it and posted it back in 2014. I still have that sander too. I still have that drill press. I'll be using that sander coming up here this weekend. Well, hopefully. Then there's this ditty. Oh, I didn't mean to say that name. It's a bad word now. Ditty. So, okay, I use a software that's called Ecamm Live. And to resize these pictures is really difficult because there's buttons everywhere on the screen, and I got to make sure I grab it in the right place and don't hit other buttons that would like end the screen. You remember this, right? This is my good friend Mark Kornberg from Aquariums Unlimited that came down here on a super hot, I believe, July day to help me carry in Lisa's tank that eventually became her goldfish tank. And that was the day that Mark also had the catio delivered that he gifted to Lisa. That was the day that picture was taken. And this was used as a profile picture for a little bit with Greg and Doug in the background. Yes, Greg really is a giant. And yes, he does look like the Big Show. You should see him in person. He really does look like the Big Show, just not big and fat like the Big Show. I didn't mean to say that. If you're watching this Big Show, I didn't just say that. He's not as wide as the Big Show, but he's like 6'7", and I think the Big Show's like 7 feet. So yeah, this again was on this guy's profile, and I could keep going on. I could keep doing this. I have so many photos that this asshole has posted on his Facebook, pretending that he's me and claiming work that was done by other people, showing a photo of, is that the 320? that tank that I just showed you is a 300 according to Custom Aquariums, and it is not as many gallons as this one. This is 360. That one, according to them, is 300. Anyway, and no, I don't even have the camera on. I was going to say I could show you the tank, but it's dark. I have a camera on it, but it's not turned on. We use that when Lisa uses or has the, who cares? Whatever. It's 300 gallons. So if you recall the very first thing that we talked about here, this message between Jacob Mahaffey and this scam artist. What do you think would have happened if Jacob said, wow, what a good deal. I'll send you that deposit right now. What do you think would have happened? I can tell you what would have not happened. He wouldn't have gotten a tank, and he would have never heard from this guy ever again. I want to put this person's information. You know, I don't like doing this kind of thing. I like to keep things, I don't like saying people's names and stuff like that. This is not the one that I wanted to show. Where's the one that I wanted to show? Is it this one? Yeah. This is what you see if you go on this guy's page. Now, you might not see it anymore because he may have changed the background. But what I want you to see here, what's really important to see is the name. Aquarium and fish tanks for sale at Fish Tanks Available. Folks, if you see this jerk on Facebook, don't fall for it. This is not me. It has nothing to do with me. And if you send this person money, or I'm sorry to tell you, if you have sent this person money, you ain't seeing that money ever again. Your money's gone. And I'm sorry. And it's not me that's doing it. It's a scammer. And it really sucks. And that's what bothers me so bad about it. People using my likeness, making believe that there is that I have a profile on Facebook where I am building these elaborate aquariums and I have them for sale to you for dirt cheap. And then I ask you for a deposit and you never see me again. Is available spelled wrong? I can't even read it because I'm so blind. If he spelled available wrong, well, that just kind of proves my point for me of where this person comes from. So I took it upon myself to message this jackass con artist. And I said, I don't know who you are or what you're trying to do. I spelled trying wrong. I know how to spell it, but fat fingers. But you need to get every photo of me and my family off your page right now. You're not going to use my photos to promote whatever scam you're running. And then he blocked me. Because of course he did. He knew I was on to him and he blocked me. Now, if I go on my Facebook now, which I dread doing, and I go to my messages, if I look at that message now and I see the avatar, it is a different avatar now. I believe it just says fish tanks available or something like that. Hopefully he spelled available wrong. I want to look and see. No, I'm not going to do it. I don't have time for that. That would be hilarious. But it does appear that he has a different avatar profile picture now. My Oscars didn't disappear. They're right there. They're just chilling. But he still had the background image set as Lisa's snail room. Lisa also messaged him. And Lisa, you can put in the chat if you've been blocked or not. But here's the thing. And this is exactly what I was going to get into here. Shamu, could you take legal action? So here's the thing. Maybe it's John. What did this dickhead say? Maybe it's John, but he says it's not him, but secretly it's him with a twist. Haha, you're hilarious. Fucking retard. Sorry. That just came out of my mouth. I can't believe that just came out of my mouth. Not the R word, because that word's coming back, but the other one, sorry. When people like that pop in here, you wouldn't say that to my face. You're trying to be funny in there, and it's not working. It's the first time I've ever said that word, and I feel horrible about it. Not the second word, but the first word. Anyway. I would have just gotten kneed so hard by Lisa if she was in here right now. So it's probably good that he's not. Have I reported him? Can I take legal action? No. I reported him. Yes. Have I taken legal action? No. I believe the response that I got from Facebook was, John, sorry, I'm too busy staring at Jeff Bezos' wife's boobs to do anything about your predicament here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't get any kind of response. And the problem is when you report someone on Facebook, you don't get, maybe I did it wrong. You don't get to actually type up what the problem is. It's just like you check a bunch of boxes and then that's it. That it's over. Like, okay, this person has been reported. I don't know. Another reason why I emailed you about, oh, yeah, you're the one that's the comedian. Good. Yeah, the teeth thing I didn't like. That bothered me. That's one of those things that it's like my 30-year-old. He's going to be 30 next month. I tell him, think about what you say before you say it. Because you might say it and then regret it. And I bet you regretted that, comic book G-Man. I'm not mad at you. I would say this to your face. That sucked, what you said. But anyway, who cares? I'm not here to come down on him. You and I were friends, comic book G-Man, because I love anybody that is a fan of comic books. As long as you're a Superman fan, we will be good. And I will forget completely about the teeth thing. The real John, I love it. Yeah. Oh, you have no idea. I have to be reserved, even though I lost it there for a couple of seconds. But hopefully one of my fine moderators removed that idiot from the chat, because I ain't got time for that nonsense, because we're not done here. There's more that's going on that you need to know about, because this doesn't just affect me, and it has nothing to do with me. Oh, Carl. Are you going to get me to drop another F-bomb here? I've already probably been demonetized. Are you going to make me do it again? There's a couple more things that are going on that I want to make you aware of. And one of them is prevalent. I don't know if it is something that would... There's scams everywhere, okay? We all have to be on our toes all the time. And every single email we get, we have to read with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that, geez, all of a sudden, all of these super chats and stuff are popping up now. Maybe I should start dropping F-bombs by accident even more. This happens to me every week, multiple times per week. And if you're someone that is a website owner, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. Please don't let one of those gifted memberships go to that idiot. No, it didn't. Thank you, Dennis, for that. Thankfully, it didn't go to that R word that I just did that for. Anyway, I get an email 2, if not 3 times per week. And it says, watermark my photos. Yeah, that would be a good thing. That's a YouTube thumbnail, though. I mean, well, not the Facebook one. And I'm not going to watermark Instagram posts. I mean, you shouldn't have to. But anyway, it's good advice, Slam Boy, but no, I didn't post those anyway. My wife did. Lisa and I use Shopify for our website services. Keepfishkeeping.com is on the Shopify platform. So all of the payments are all handled through Shopify. So basically, when you put your orders in for keepfishkeeping.com, please do, because I just lost all my YouTube money. So it would be nice if you put in orders on the website. When you place an order and you pay for that, Shopify is actually the one that processes the credit card payment, and then they send us a payment. Every day we get a deposit from Shopify, unless it's really dark times and we don't get any orders the day before. But that hasn't happened in a really long time. Thank you all for that. So everything that we do is through Shopify. So when I get an email from Shopify, it gets my attention. And these scam artists, they know exactly that they know that will get your attention. This email will say the same thing every time. Your website is under threat of being suspended or temporarily removed for violations of terms of service. So when you see that and you're an e-commerce website owner, you say, huh? I got an email. Comic book G-Man, you don't have to do that. Come on, dude. That's very nice of you. Thank you for that. And Joe, I saw yours too. I'm going to get to it. Don't worry. Shopify is kind of a payroll company. No, not really. I mean, they're our website host. We have our domains there. Our one domain, because we lost KG Tropicals. Still upset about that. But everything we do is through there. So when we get an email from them, it's like, whoa, we better pay attention to this. The email comes through. It tells us we're going to be suspended. It's like, oh no. I learned very, very early when I opened up my website. I had a rep from Shopify that I spoke to very early on that said, listen, you're going to get emails all the time. And these emails are going to be representing Shopify. They're going to be people that are going to say, we are from Shopify. You're in trouble. You better give us money. And he said, the first thing that you need to do is you need to look at the sender's email address. If it's anything other than at Shopify, just ignore it. And so it's fun for me. Every time I get these, at least 2 to 3 times per week, I will look at the email address, and it's always, Shopify compliance at gmail.com or Shopify this and that at gmail.com. You can get email addresses that say anything. I could get an email address right now that is, I'm hung like Ron Jeremy at gmail.com. It would be a lie, but you can get it anything. I'm Kal-El from Krypton. Whatever it is that you want to get, you can get on Gmail. And so if they want to get Shopify this and Shopify that, they can do it. And so if you're not paying attention, you can fall for this. Because all of this was going on, because Comic Book G-Man sent me that email about Amazon, which was probably number 60. Thank you to everyone who's done that. I mean, I've gotten so many emails of people making me aware of that. Because he sent that, and then because I got that email from Jacob, I was just like, I'm going to have fun with this one. I got another one of those emails. I responded to it. Hey, Guppy314, don't you do it. Don't you start with that. Y'all are so fun. You know what? I'm not going to waste time trying to find that email. I emailed them back yesterday because they sent me that email that was, your website is possibly going to be terminated if you don't comply with these rules or whatever. So I emailed them back and I was like, oh no, I'm so scared. I can't believe I did that. What's wrong? What do I have to do to fix this? He emailed me back. How do you know how he is? Y'all need to knock it off. Why did I say Ron Jeremy? Carl, why did I do that? This is too fun. So I said all of that, basically acting almost like Jack Vale that plays the role of an old man. I said all of that. I got a response really fast that said, okay, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. We found all these problems on your website. You're not complying with Google terms of service and you're not complying with this. All of these violations of the terms of service you're not complying with. We're going to shut your website down, but don't worry about it. We can get you taken care of. You're going to get an email from this company, and I won't say the name because I don't remember it. If I remembered it, I would tell you. I will look that up. But you're going to get an email from this company. When you get it, don't ignore it. Make sure you look at that because they're going to be the ones that help you through it. I said, okay, wow, I'm so glad. I'm so scared. So I get an email from this company. Oh, it's not here. Where is it? I don't think my email has updated out here yet. It'll pop up. I get an email from this company that says, can you send me all of this information? Y'all got me fired up. Talking about Ron Jeremy, I'm losing my voice. This company's like, give me your URL, your address, all of this information. I showed it to Lisa earlier. You need to give me all of this information. And then I just abandoned everything because I started thinking I might get to a point of no return. How about John Holmes? There's a high school in my area that's named John Holmes High School. It's true. Don't look it up because then you'll know the town I live in. But yeah, that is true. It's not named after that John Holmes, though. Not the one that was involved in that murder and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we know what John Holmes was famous for. That is not why my parents named me John. Believe that. Anyway, back on track here. Come on, Curtis. Getting me in trouble. So he listed, or I assume it's a he, because women aren't scumbags like this. He listed in there, after asking me for all of this information, he listed what all the violations were. And it was security threat, possible identity theft, possible leaking of customers' information. Your content is not encrypted, which it is. Your customers' data is not safe, not secure. Everything he listed was completely different than what the first guy did. Do you see where this is going? This is a company that was trying to sell me some kind of malware prevention service, which is already included with my plan on Shopify. So if I was stupid and not paying attention, you think about, like, my mother, 79 years old. She is a treasurer for an antique car club, one of the biggest antique car clubs on the East Coast. She's been the treasurer of this for 30 years. She is a very smart person, but she's the kind of person she's not listening. I'm so glad she's not, because she would definitely be offended by me saying this. But she's the kind of person that would fall for something like this. If the antique car club had an email address or a website, and she got that email, she'd be like, oh no, the car club is going to be losing their site. I'll get in big trouble because I'm the treasurer. We got to take care of this. And she might fall for that and pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a service that they're already getting from their website provider. It's ridiculous. And it doesn't just end there, because remember when I said I got this letter today? How perfect is this? This just came today. Annual website listing from February 22nd to February 22nd, 2026. Your annual dues are $289 to register keepfishkeeping.com, to register the domain name. Uh-oh. It would be very easy for me to get this and be like, oh no, my domain is going to expire next month. It's coming up really fast. I better pay this to make sure that I'm registered for the next year. $289. BestBuy.com doesn't cost $289 to register. That's ridiculous. Website domains are dirt cheap. KeepFishKeeping.com cost me $25 a year. We got a lot of traffic on that website. My website domain is registered through Shopify. Doesn't expire until July of this year. And when it does expire, Shopify, I have that little box checked. Shopify will automatically renew it, and it will be included in my bill from Shopify that I get like twice a week. All my shipping charges and all of that kind of stuff that I get from them. We pay Shopify a lot of money. It's automatic. It's $25. If I sent these people $289, if I was dumb like that, KG Tropicals is $5,000. Yeah, here we go. You're going to open up that can of worms now. You done did it, Lisa. If I paid this, I would get absolutely nothing for it. There are so many scams that are happening out there right now. I know we have not spoke about fish yet, but we kind of did because of those first two problems that we talked about. There are people out there that are using my face, and if they're using my face, I am absolutely certain they're using Joey Mullen, Corey McElroy, Mark Davis, Zenzo Tazawa, Bob Steenfott, Jason Adams, Joanna Adams, my wife, anybody that has any semblance of a following on YouTube or any social media. I guarantee you're going to see their face out there too. And what I'm going to tell you is this. If you're a follower of KG Tropicals, you know what we do. We have our YouTube channel. We have our Instagram. Lisa handles the Instagram. We have keepfishkeeping.com. If I'm going to do something online, if I'm going to have some kind of new venture, and I can promise you I can speak for everybody that I just named. Joey, Zenzo, Corey, Mark, Tanner, I didn't say before, but I'm saying him now. Jason, Joanna, Simply Beta, Creative Pet Keeping, anybody that has any kind of following, I'll speak for them because I know that they would say the same thing. You know what these people are up to because they would promote it themselves. If you see something that makes you go, huh, is Taylor really doing that? You might want to reach out to that person first because it is probably somebody that has not stolen their identity, but kind of using their identity, using my identity to scam you out of money. You end up messaging a Facebook profile that you think is me, and you're going to get a cheap aquarium out of the deal. And you're like, this is so cool. John's the best. He's getting me a great deal on this tank. I can't believe it's so good. Let me give you a $250 deposit or whatever. And then you are just never going to see that money again. And the thing that sucks about it for me personally is that no matter what, you're always going to have that in the back of your head. Was that him? Did John do that? I could show you every single possible bit of proof that it was not me, but you would still wonder. You know what it's like when you get one of those ideas in your head and you're just like, just can't seem to shake this idea in my head. I think my email has, I got to find this because it is so, I can see it here. Okay. So the email that I originally got was from Shopify Malware Solutions at gmail.com. The company that they were telling me was going to reach out to me was Plus Digital Incorporated. Don't ignore an email if you get an email from Shopify. You know, you got to make sure. If you're a Shopify retailer, you got to make sure that it's not really them. But Shopify would probably message you by way of your website back page anyway, not email. But maybe they would email. I don't know. I haven't gotten any emails like that from Shopify. You just have to be careful. You have to be careful. You have to be diligent. And you have to think about, you know, there's nobody in the aquarium industry that shits on Amazon more than I do. So if you see my face on an advertisement or a product page for Amazon, there's no way I'm affiliated with that. Absolutely no way. I will completely cut ties with anyone that I know that's selling aquarium products on Amazon. I can't tolerate it. It's the worst. I actually had, that fell right out of my mouth. I had a conversation today with someone about that. Like, hey, it was a manufacturer. I was like, man, if your products are on Amazon, you're not going to get good things from me. I mean, I can't do it. And I know every brand I sell, Seache, Northfin, Extreme, Fluval, they're all sold on Amazon. But what I can tell you is a fact. Every single one of those companies that I just mentioned does not want their products being sold on Amazon. And every single one of them tries to keep their products off of Amazon, but it just doesn't work. There's people out there that are just trying to make a buck. And they're trying to make a buck the easy way rather than actually working for it. And so do you think I would authorize somebody to put my photo on their product page? No way in hell. No. I'll cut off a finger before I would let somebody do that. There's no way in the world I would. All my aquarium products are on Amazon. It's true. They're all on there. And it sucks. I'm not going to go on the whole Amazon rant. But I'm going to talk about this briefly. Lisa, it's your fault that I'm bringing this up. But I think you kind of wanted me to, so I'm going to do it. My website, email address, not email. Get your head together, John. Not email address, domain name was ripped from me. It's my fault. If you recall, if you've been a longtime follower of KG Tropicals, you know that I took a break from mid-2017 until the fall of 2018. We left. We shut the website down while we took a break. When I came back, everything in my life changed. And we've been so privileged ever since then. It's been amazing what's happened since then. But while I was on that break, I shut the website down. Not realizing that my domain name expired. You have to renew your domain name every year, just like you have to renew your tags on your car. And I thought that I was good to go for several years. Turns out I wasn't. Somebody else picked it up, paid $25 for it, immediately put it up for sale on GoDaddy for $2,500. I offered that person later on, reluctantly, $2,500 for the domain kgtropicals.com. They instantaneously, I put in the offer, instantaneously, they raised the price to $5,000. A few months later, offered them $5,000 with no intention of paying it. I'm not paying $5,000 for a domain when I've already established myself under another domain and I don't need kgtropicals.com anymore. I'm not paying $5,000, but I wanted to see what would happen. And sure enough, as soon as I put in that offer of $5,000, it went up to 10. So whoever owns kgtropicals.com right now is trying to do one of two things. There's only how do I say it? There's one of only two reasons the person that owns kgtropicals.com owns it right now. And that is to try to rake me over the coals and make a bunch of money off of me. Or they don't want me to have it. I got a call from someone recently that actually several people thought that they knew who this person was. And I confronted this person, and I was not a pleasant person to deal with. However, it was proven to me by this person that I confronted that it was not them that owned it. It was proven to me enough to where I was satisfied that it was not this person. And I was actually relieved that it was not this person. So I just went right back to who I think it is. And it's a scumbag thing to do. It really is. It's not a domain poacher that owns kgtropicals.com right now. It's not. If you don't know what a domain poacher is, back in the day when websites were really valuable and not everybody had them yet, people would go through and buy up domain names. They'd get them for like $5 and they would just sit on them until Best Buy wanted it. You know what I mean? If you were somebody in the mid 90s that grabbed up bestbuy.com, you made money. They would go in, they would buy bestbuy.com. And then when the day came, I don't know, who knows when it was, that Best Buy wanted to create bestbuy.com, and they find out, oh, this jackass owns bestbuy.com. We got to buy it from him. And that guy that owns it says, show me the money, and probably sold it to them for several $1 million. And Best Buy had no choice but to do it. I'm not saying that happened to Best Buy. I'm just saying that's what a poacher did back in the day. And there still are people that are on the lookout for domains that may be expired or whatever, and then they hold them hostage to get a bunch of money out of people. I don't have a bunch of money. You got the only offer you were going to get out of me. And the thing is, I don't need it anymore. I never really did need it. I mean, we rebranded keepfishkeeping.com, and see, you always have some idiot. A full-time domain flipping business can generate upwards of... Shut up. Shut up. Don't make me do it. Who's going to take you seriously when your name is a bunch of marks? Come on. Just don't be stupid, and people might be your friend. The person who has it doesn't want me to have it. I don't even think it's a money thing. I think it is they just don't want me to have it. And that's just that. Will you ever change your YouTube name? No, because that I don't think it's necessary. Why are you so rude to your fan base? So I can't be rude to somebody who's rude to me? Come on. Go somewhere else. Go watch a snowflake. This isn't for you. Lisa is on it. She's like, you ain't talking to my man that way. The person that has it doesn't want me to have it. I could offer $10,000 and they would not take it. They would accept probably $1 million, but it's not something that I need. Changing the YouTube name, I think, would do more damage than what we had to do with the website. And if you think about the way business is done nowadays, so many people are clicking links. Nobody wants to type anything anymore. If I do a video where I'm talking about this Shark Pro Nano additional cartridge that's available on keepfishkeeping.com now, people will type in the comments, John, I didn't see the link for that. Can you post the link? I just said the Seche Shark Pro Nano additional cartridge available on keepfishkeeping.com. You could have typed keepfishkeeping.com way faster than typing out, John, can you please send the link? You understand what I'm saying? That's how dependent we've all become on links now. And I'm not trying to be mean to that person. I'm just saying everything is done through links now and through QR codes and all of this kind of stuff. People aren't typing things out anymore. So the domain really, at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't even matter, which is why I'm not panicking over it and why I'm not pursuing it and why I'm not saying the name of the person that I think has it, because it would do nobody any good. If I had it right now, if that person was to be like, yeah, you know what? It is a scumbag thing for me to do. Hold it hostage like that. You know what? I'm just going to let you have it for the $25 or whatever it is. I would buy it and probably never say anything about it. It's a principle thing for me now. I wouldn't even need it. I wouldn't just at that point rebrand everything back to kgtropicals.com. No, I've spent 5 years building keepfishkeeping.com and it's doing well. I don't need it, but I want it just based on principle. So there you go. Listen, folks, the internet sucks because whenever you have a good thing, people take advantage of it, and they take advantage of it to make money. If you ever see my face on anything that is not keepfishkeeping.com or branded under KG Tropicals, meaning the KG Tropicals YouTube channel, the Instagram KG_Tropicals, you know what I'm saying. Things that are obviously us. If you see things anywhere else, be very skeptical of whatever it is that you see. Obviously, that doesn't apply if I collaborate with Jason and I'm on his channel. You know what I'm saying? If you see advertisements, that is me. It's probably not me, because I'm not going to be selling tanks on Facebook. Why would I do that? And what sucks about it the most is that guy isn't selling tanks on Amazon either, or Facebook either. He's just stealing people's money. And if there are people who have fallen for his scam, I feel really bad about that. Genuinely feel bad about that, because those people probably did that thinking it was me. And that breaks my heart that people would be taken advantage of that way. I would never do that to somebody, even my worst enemy. I would not do that to. I also wouldn't buy their domain and then try to sell it back to them for $10,000. But there's a lot of things I wouldn't do. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. I just wouldn't do that. I'm surprised that I haven't gotten an email yet that says, hey, John, where's my tank? I gave you the deposit 3 months ago. Gave you $500. Where's my tank? It's coming. I know it's coming. And it's going to be very awkward, because I'm going to have to tell them, I don't know what you're talking about. That was not me. And it's probably not going to go over well. And I hate that. Listen, don't forget to participate in the True or False poll. 510 lucky participants have already participated. That's what makes them participants. Angelfish are super sweet fish. Your options are true, false, and sometimes. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But Joe Provenzano, or should I call him Finsanity, chimed in a while back and said, John, take a deep breath. Yeah, that one got me. I'm going to hear about that in about 40 minutes. I'm going to hear about that one. And Lisa is going to say one of two things. I can't believe you did that. I'm so embarrassed. Or she's going to say, that was so cool. I can't believe what you said to that guy because anyway. Also, Melvin Jan Walbers. I think I nailed that. I think I got that. Became a member before the stream even started. Brent Russell gifted a KG Tropicals membership. Thank you so much for that, Brent. Mel Boogie. Hey, John, I made it to Georgia safe. I had one loss. Hopefully no more. Just found out 2 more weeks of hotel stay. Oh, happy birthday to me, I guess. Happy birthday to you, Mel Boogie. Hey, you and I, remember last week when I very awkwardly called you bro and it got weird there for a second? Well, we practically are brothers because you know what? When we moved down here, that whole fiasco that I talked about, and Whip's World was here, we were in this room till 3:30 a.m. and it was a disaster. We only lost 1 fish in our journey too. It was a rummy-nosed tetra, and it made me really upset because I was like holding him like we were so close to having no loss and you had to die. I didn't do that, but I wanted to. I wanted to yell at that fish. We only lost 1 fish too. So good on you. Happy birthday to you. Judging by your avatar, which is literally the size of a pencil eraser on my screen, it looks like maybe your 23rd birthday. Happy birthday to you. Finsanity, can I be the first to brag? Already booked the hotel for New Jersey Aquashella. Stoked. There's a word I haven't heard in a long time. I was a skateboarder for a long time, and we said stoked all the time. Haven't heard a grown-up say that in a long time, Joe? That's very refreshing. No, that's exciting too. We still don't know whether we're going. I think I think New Jersey has the best chance for us to go because there's a lot of things we could make so much use of that trip to New Jersey because, it's right next to New York, which is right next to Connecticut. My friend Bill Mason in Connecticut. Be really cool to stop and see him. Actually, not stop by, but go 3.5 hours out of our way to see him. But I would happily do that because Bill is a true living American hero. And it would be amazing to see him and his beautiful wife, Linda, again. We would have to do that. There's no way we'd be able to be that close and not stop in and see them. Plus, he's got a couple of tanks. So we'd probably do that. Maybe swing through Predatory Fins and give Rod a hard time and Kevin. We could make a trip out of it, and it could be fun. John, I'm also waiting for my beta. It's been 3 weeks. Oh, no. I see what you did there. I hope you're joking. Your husband, John, sold me on the introduction video on the pants you deal in, loved in Lisa. Pants? Pants you deal in, loved in Lisa. All right. I don't understand that one. I ordered a 1.5 gallon for my beta from you 2 months ago and still haven't received it. Daggone it. Thanks for the deposit. Thanks for the $9 deposit. No, hey, y'all are joking about it, and that's funny, and I appreciate it. But there probably is people that have fallen for that. Listen, we are in a hurry. Or we're in a hurry? No, we're not. We are in a hobby, in a lifestyle where people really like to save money. Are you a YouTuber and you want to get a lot of views? Do a how to save money on fish keeping video. You'll get a lot of views. Okay. Sorry, I was distracted. It's funny because there are so many people that have the same name as big celebrities. And when I see that, it makes me go, oh, I wonder. I got an email or an order one time from Vince Vaughn. It wasn't that one. Got an email from Elvis Presley but that was a fake one. Long story. I just got an email from Millie Brown. I don't think it's 11, but that's not a super common name. I've also gotten an email or a order from John Hudson before. How do you save money on fish keeping? Buy guppies. Yeah, I mean, hey, you get a bunch of free fish. That's the truth. Let's talk about the true or false. I'm not going to play the transition just because we're already getting low on time. Now 528 votes. I believe that we've seen the best performance of any true or false that we've done. It's probably because when I do rants, a lot of people are here. And maybe I should just start being mean and dropping F-bombs and being mean to my audience more. Maybe that'll get me more viewers on here. But the true or false question or statement tonight was angelfish are super sweet fish. I know if you voted, you can see these results, but not everybody that's in the chat, I'm sure, has voted, and not everybody is even looking at the chat. There's probably a lot of people that are listening to this right now. The options were true, false, and sometimes. True got 20%. This is the first time I've seen in a while where true, no, I can't say that. Why did I even say that? False got 23% and sometimes got 58%. Here's the thing. This is another one that does not have a wrong answer. We need a firearms keeping video. I was shooting firearms a couple of weeks ago in my neighbor's yard. It was fun. YouTube censorship will block your videos if you drop too many F-bombs. I don't think that's true. Because there's a lot of people. That's the first time I've ever done that on this channel. Ever. I've said it and then censored it out like in edited videos. But I watch a lot of channels. You ever watched Moist Critical? You ever watch Chris Long's podcast? Yeah. Howie Long's son, the football player. I've been watching a lot of football stuff lately. I wonder why. Yeah, every third word on that podcast is F. And it doesn't bother me because it doesn't bother me. I don't think YouTube would do. They have a very strict rule. Within the first 30 seconds, if you say that, you're in big trouble. But anyway, not an hour into a live stream. So angelfish are super sweet fish. But sometimes they're not. Sometimes they never are. So there is no wrong answer here. There's now 540 votes. 58% said sometimes. I think, see, Lamont Adams just summed it up perfectly. Angelfish are hit or miss. That's the answer. That's the thing. For the most part, angels are fine, but in the wrong situation, or you just have one that's an asshole, like those people that were mean in the comments, that one might go on a rampage. They can be the opposite of angels. Carl, you're too fat. You can't squeeze through there. It's, you never really know. With angels, Oscars are the same way. It's a roll of the dice. You're just gonna put them in and you're gonna see what happens. These Oscars right here, this one right here has never put a scratch on another fish. This one, total a-hole. This one, also total a-hole. They killed arowanas. They killed my Severum. We're not talking about Oscars though, but angels are the same way. I have angels over there. I don't. Lisa does. They've never heard anything. But sometimes you hear those stories of angels completely annihilating everything in a tank. It's basically anything that is a cichlid has the potential to be a nightmare. Anything. Electric blue acara, German blue rams, discus, even the ones that people generally think of as sweet fish can be jerks and demolish everything in a tank. You just never know. Oscars look like pure innocent babies to me. Yeah, they're my guys. Look at them. They got you all fooled. Y'all think those are so nice. They're so cute. But nah. What have I feel like I've missed something here. Let me just make sure I check. And then we're going to talk about things that people that like fish, they're not going to be interested in. Shamu Aquatics, wow, time has really been flying faster as I entered my mid-20s. Is that what it's like to get old? Is it going to get worse as I get older? Why would you be asking me that, Shamu? Are you saying I'm an old man? I could be your father, and I could have had you late in life. So it's true. I will tell you this. Kenny Chesney has a great song. Back before Kenny Chesney became Jimmy Buffett, he had a great song, and it's called Don't Blink. You might not be into country music, and that's fine. But listen to that song, and it'll tell you exactly the answer to what you just said. Yes, it is shocking how fast time flies. It's terrifying how fast time flies the older you get. I'm 50 years old, and I'm like, what happened? Where? Lisa and I have been together for 16 years. That's bananas. That's insane. February 28th, 2009. So in a few weeks, it'll be 16 years. That's nuts. That's absolutely insane. The amount of stuff that has happened in that 16-year period is absolutely, it's ridiculous. Brother from another mother. I know what you meant there. Thanks for being nice, but 42. Hey, the picture's really small. So, but I probably still would have said 23 because I've been mean to a lot of people tonight, and I want to be nice. I'm going to skip Joe because, Joe, I'm not skipping you. I'm coming back to it. I promise. But Fight Life Nation, and this is not a more money thing. It's more I want to spend time on what you talked about, and the later the better because people get mad. But Fight Life Nation wanted to thank you for having Caveman and Cichlid Charmer on the past couple of weeks. You all inspired my journey. I'm starting a planted tank in a 2-foot cube. I bought Get AI Prime Light already. Any other tips? Well, yeah, buy your plants from us. There's the best tip. No. If Kev was to email me or call me today, he's one of the few people that has my number. Kev being Caveman. Or if David from Cichlid Charmer, if they asked me, even though those guys are very experienced fish keepers, I would say start out with the foolproof plants. It's almost like if you're just starting out in fish, you start off with the really cheap, easy fish to keep before you get into the bruisers and the heavy hitters and the African cichlids that you want to overpopulate and all that kind of stuff. Start off with stuff that's going to be easier on you and easier on the other fish in your tank. Plants are the same way. Start off with things that are super easy. And if I'm being completely honest with you, everything on our site is that way. We're very particular about that. We only have a few plants that are in that like a little bit more challenging category, like Bucephalandra, things like that. But I would tell this to anybody that is just starting out with plants, because it was only like 5 years ago that I was just starting out in plants, and this is what I did, and it worked out really well for me. Start out with your easy stem plants and rosettes, being crypts and swords for the rosettes, and then your stems, rotala. Listen, a baboon could start an aquarium and grow rotala. I mean, it's not a hard plant to grow. Rotala, moneywort is a great one. Pennywort is a great one. Ludwigia, most Ludwigias, like Ludwigia repens, very, very easy. Our Ludwigias in our pond, you know, the one in that profile picture from that jerk on Facebook, that pond, they just explode in there. It's really cool to watch. Ludwigia is great. Rotala is great. All of your crypts, except for the ones that you really can't find, like the pink flamingo and all of that. I haven't met anybody that can keep those. But your standard crypts, like your spiralis and your parva and your wenties, those are all going to be very easy. And then swords, Amazon sword, Echinodorus renai, they're all Echinodorus, but those are going to be very easy. And that's what we sell because they're easy. We want to keep it easy for you. Plus, it's easier for us to keep them until we sell to you. Come here, fat boy. Everybody's going to want to see Carl. So he's going to scratch me or bite me at some point in this conversation. And you're going to get to see the real Carl. You got to see the real John tonight. You're going to see the real Carl too. It's only a matter of time. He's thinking about it. He's like, how am I going to bite him? It's happening. Joe Provenzano said, John, Washington versus Buffalo rematch. We win. Let's effing go. Joe. That first meeting in the Super Bowl, my mom was there. That was 1991 season. 1992 was the year that happened at Minnesota's Dome. It didn't work out too well for you then. You had a great team then. You had Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas. Come on. You got a great team now too. Anybody that watches football, can you believe it? Can you believe what my team has done? I am not afraid to admit it now. I would have said last year, I would have been like, I'm not a fan of that team anymore because they're embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to say that I'm a fan of that team, but how fast they've turned it around is absolutely impressive. And I got to tell you, this is something very special to me, and Lisa participated in this too. Over the weekend, when the Commanders beat the Lions, we were in Virginia. We traveled to Virginia for our grandson and granddaughter's birthdays. Their birthdays are within like 2 weeks of each other, so they celebrated them at the same time. We went up there for that, and while we were there, we took my mother out to dinner, and we did Christmas with my mom. My 79-year-old mother, just before Christmas, found out that she has breast cancer. It's a very, very, very mild case, and it's also very, very early. The doctors are not afraid. She has a very simple procedure to go in there, take it out, and they're thinking that she's not even going to need radiation. So that's a relief there. She has her surgery next week, I think. So that's great. But I got to do something that weekend. We went to stay with my mom. Slept in the worst bed that's ever been created. It was like this big. And I love Lisa. I would give my life for her. As I stand before you right now, I would defend her against an army. I don't like touching her when I'm trying to sleep. And she doesn't like touching me while we're trying to sleep. Like, even our elbows touching. Like, no. That's why we have a king size bed now for that reason. And this was like a full size, and it was terrible. But that doesn't matter. I got to watch the entire game with my mother, who is the one who made me a Redskins fan. Excuse me. Well, they were Redskins then, so I'm not ashamed to say it. She made me a Redskins fan basically at birth. I grew up in a household where you didn't have a choice. You were going to be a Redskins fan. Back in those days, you did what your parents told you to do. You're going to root for the Redskins. If you're going to be a hockey fan, you're going to root for the Capitals. You have no other options. You're going to be a Bullets fan. A lot of you young people are like, Bullets? What's that? You really are a redneck. No, I'm talking about the Washington Bullets before they became the Wizards back in the 90s. That was just how it was going to be. I didn't have a choice in the matter, and so I never even questioned it. I was a Redskins fan because that was when they were in their absolute prime. That was the Joe Theismann era and the John Riggins era and the Hogs and Gary Clark and Art Monk and Darryl Green. It was the best time to be a Redskins fan. The Fab Five and and the Fun Bunch, all of it. And the last 20-something years, I don't think my mother and I have spoke about that team at all. But now we've got something to cheer for. And to sit there, Lisa and I both sat there at my mom's house Saturday night and watched that game. And if I'm being honest with you, it wouldn't have even mattered if they won. It was just a wonderful experience to watch a game with her and to be able to celebrate at the same time made it even better. Sorry for all the Lions fans out there. I know you weren't expecting it. And if it makes you feel better, we weren't expecting it either. I mean, that came as a complete surprise to us. But wow. If you recall, prayers for your mom. Thank you, everyone, for that. She's not worried about it. My mom is a tough lady. And when she told me about it, she was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. You know, it's really small. It's like the size of a pea. They're going to get in there. They're going to take it out. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing to worry about. The doctor's not even worried about it. So for her to tell me that, and I don't think I'm the baby of the family. I don't think she was trying to be, gentle for the baby. I don't think it was that at all. I think it was, she was being serious. Nobody wants to go under the knife for any reason at all. But if you got to have it, then that's kind of the one you want to have. And we actually found out that Lisa's best friend has the exact same thing and is getting the exact same procedure done in the exact same week by the same doctor. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but that's why we didn't get together with my mom right at Christmas. So we did it the other day, and it was a wonderful thing to be able to sit there with her and watch the game. I'm not going to say it might be the last time we ever do it. I mean, my mom, other than the whole breast cancer thing, is totally healthy, and she is on top of everything as far as her health goes. So it's going to be fine, and she'll get through it, and we'll all get through it, and it'll be over with. If you'd like me to keep you updated on that, I certainly will. Go Bears. Yeah, y'all made the wrong choice, didn't you? I remember sitting on this live stream the night of the draft. I remember, you could go back. I don't remember what the date was, but I remember saying, oh, they drafted Jaden Daniels. Okay. That sounds good. Like, that was my reaction to it. I wasn't like, woo, like y'all were for Caleb Williams. But the thing is, I just didn't really even know. I had been so out of touch when it comes to football. I had paid so little attention to football because my team was such an embarrassment for so long. But like I've done every year, every single year, I have given them a chance at the beginning of the year. And usually it's by the second or third game, I'm like, that's it, I'm out. This is not worth my time. But this year, Woo boy. That has been a fun thing to watch. Stressful, extremely stressful, because how many games are you going to win on the last play of the game? Good Lord, why you got to do that to me? But they did it, and it's a beautiful thing. And the fact that they could go to the Super Bowl, all they got to do is win one more game against one of the absolute best teams that they just beat a few weeks ago. We'll see. Lisa and I were just talking tonight about where to watch it, because we have DirecTV Stream, which is what we use for TV service, and I don't have that on my TV. Y'all want to do a giveaway? I'm picking out some random things, and if you're the winner, that's what you're going to get. And you're not going to be picky about it. You're going to say, thank you, John and Lisa. That's very generous of you. Okay, we got a lot of repeats in here. All right, so we're going to do a giveaway. Y'all are very thankful that you stayed, aren't you? Because all those people that left, they don't even have a chance to win. Let me open up the site here for it. If you have never been a part of our giveaways before, I use a website that is called Nightbot. I use it only for giveaways. Nightbot chooses the winner. It chooses winners based on who is active in the chat. Evan Keller last week was a genius, because he kept on putting himself active, kept on putting it in the chat to make sure that he was active. And guess what? He didn't win, but we sent him some stuff anyway. As I'm talking about this right now, as I'm telling you what it is that you're going to win, be putting something in the chat. Whatever it is that you want to put in there. It doesn't have to be anything nice. You can say mean things. It doesn't matter. You're going to get a 2 mil Krill Pro that is 80 grams. Northfin, best food in the business. You're going to get nanobits, 80 gram. That's the big bag of nanobits. They also have the small ones. No, you're getting the big one. And because we were talking about cichlids earlier, a 3 mil bag of cichlid, 250 grams. This would be the equivalent of like this size extreme jug. It's the same, basically the same amount. I don't know why it's so different though. That's weird, because this is 8.8 ounces, but it's the same amount. It's weird. I don't know. 250 grams. That's the way that Northfin does it. So nanobits, krill, and cichlid. Why these three? Lisa usually likes to have like a theme to it, like it's all community stuff, whatever. This is just the 3 biggest bags we had in the giveaway box. Thank you to Northfin for that. Also, while we wait for more people to type the word active or go Commanders or Jaden Daniels for MVP, whatever it is you put in the chat is fine by me. I wanted to make you aware we do have on our way to us the new Northfin food, the Bug Pro sticks, the Super Red. That's the Super Mix, my bad. This is the Ben Ochart Super Mix. This is genius. It is the mixture of veggie, krill, and cichlid. So it's almost like a pelleted version of Extreme Community Crave. Got that on the way to us. And then the Super Red. Very excited about that. I think those are the 3 new ones that we have coming in. So yeah, be excited for that. And I'm also very honored to be able to say that keepfishkeeping.com and one other website, which would be Super Cichlids, are the only two websites that are going to have those new Northfin products available, with the exception of the Bug Pro sticks. The Bug Pro sticks are available for everybody, but anything that is under the Dynarix brand, which I'm probably saying wrong, when you hear Darius say it, it's Dynarix, like he rolls the R, he says it very fancy. Dynarix is how I say it because I'm just a silly American guy. But those are like experimental foods. Like they put together the mix of veggie, krill, and cichlid. It's like, I wonder how this will sell. Let's try it out under this brand, not under the Northfin brand. If it takes off, then they might consider making it an actual, part of the Northfin lineup. But for now, it's Dynarix. And the only people that will have Dynarix is Lisa and I and Super Cichlids. We got 3 minutes left, so I got to do this. I am going to click choose a winner right now, and it will pop up in the chat. You have to be a United States resident. I know I didn't see that. I didn't say that before, but I'm saying it now. I say it every time. And so if you, Z-Man181, if you are not a United States resident, well, you didn't win. And I'm sorry. But he put in there, she, cats, active cats. I'm here. Do you live in the United States, Z-Man? I need to know an answer to that. And then if you are, then the giveaway is over. And I'm sorry to everyone that didn't win, but you do. Good. All right. Email me, Z-Man, kgtropicals@gmail.com, and give me your information. If you're a customer of ours already on keepfishkeeping.com, then just tell me you are a customer. Give me the email address that you would have put orders in from before. That way I don't have to get your information. I've already got it. But if you have not ordered from us, that's okay. You don't have to have been a customer. It just makes things a little easier for us if you are. So I get to be a little more lazy if you have ever ordered from us. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. So listen, folks, thank you for hanging in there with me tonight. I apologize about the unfortunate bit of anger that came out of me that one time. I'm embarrassed by that, and I'm gonna take some heat for that when I get in the house. But that's okay, because it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask permission, right? It is what it is. I try not to do that. I'm actually embarrassed that I lost control there for a second, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. And I hope that you are diligent in your interactions with people online. And if you see anything online that makes you think, is Joey involved in this? Is Corey involved in this? Is Tanner Serpa involved in this? Is Jason Adams involved in this? I don't know if that's really him. Reach out to that person and say, is this you? Because it's probably somebody running a scam, just like they're doing, using my name to do that. Be aware of that, and be thorough when you get emails from people that are saying, you need this thing. You need to pay us money and do these things, or else. Be very leery of that. It might be true, or it could be a bunch of BS and they're trying to get money out of you. They could be sending you a letter that says you need to re-up your domain for $300 when you already have that done, and it's only going to cost you $25. You don't want to fall for that stuff. So thank you for hanging in there with me on that. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much to the mods and my beautiful wife, who has been acting, well, she's been a moderator too. Thank you for doing such a good job with those idiots that were in here earlier. I saw y'all deleting messages and all this kind of stuff. Good. That's a big help when I'm here doing this by myself. I appreciate all of you. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you're at. Don't even click a button because, oh no, I didn't set the redirect up. Man, I'm going to get in trouble. I can do it right now though. So here's what I'm going to do. Just because I value all of you and I value your time, I'm going to add the redirect to Jason and Joanna right now as we speak. I forgot to do that part before. So now when I push end stream, y'all are just going to automatically go right over there to Jason and Joanna. Please, I try to remain professional around Jason, and he's going to be very disappointed in me if he hears about what I said earlier. So please don't tell him that. Tell him John was a perfect angel and was very professional and didn't say anything wrong or anything mean. He was very good. I don't want Jason to know that. He might question whether he wants to be my podcast partner anymore or not. But anyway, listen, thank you all again so much. And hopefully Lisa will be back with me next week. We'll see you then next Thursday night.